everyone. This is Kathleen Francis, host of Wise Women podcast on the Progressive Radio Network. And we have again a very interesting guest. And I'm going to just kind of list a couple of interesting things that could carry you through the hour of listening. And he is one of our many wonderful healers in Sedona, where, of course, this podcast comes from. So he has Star Seed Education, Activation, and Research Center for Humanity. That was formerly I'm a little bit curious about this. I have to ask the Sedona Creative Life Center. And of course, Cyril Chioza was one of my partners. I just had lunch with him on Sunday. So he does a Rainbow Vision for Transformation Wellness Activation session. And here are some of the things that I can read to you. He Harmony with God, Source Energy, Sunrise Sunset Prayers with Sun Gazing and Yoga Platform, Eternal Life Tribe 12 strand intron DNA activation. Some of this is not easy to say. Light language of symbols, core unit of 12 elders, water aquifer activation with well structures, copper wires. Boy, there's a list. So rather than going into that detail, I think that the best thing we can do is introduce you to my guest. His name is Tim Lang. Hello, Tim.
Hello there. Nice to be on your
So
program.
you're so welcome. I think it would be best. Usually, what I do with my guests is give a bit of a background about you and what qualifies you for all of this wonderful activation of things here in Sedona, and let people know where they can get a hold of you. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, Tim, how did you come to have all of these wonderful modalities for healing?
It's been a huge, basically the entire spectrum, the rainbow of frequencies that I've been introduced to here on planet Earth, having been an all-American boy growing up in Topeka, Kansas. My dad was a doctor, anesthesiologist, and nurses in my field. Been so I've been exposed to like nearly every um, modality of healing, especially after I left a hardcore psychiatric hospital where I was working in South City, St. Louis, where the actual movie The Exorcist took place a long time ago. So I decided to go holistic right as I got my master's in counseling. And I learned about like emotional freedom technique, tapping, out negative, deadly emotions. I mean,
I know about that system.
actually, it's when you graduate from that system of getting your degrees that you really learn the art of being a conduit of God's energy to help people heal themselves.
Yes, indeed. Actually, the man who started that process, I had a television talk show in LA for 11 years, and the man that originated that system was one of my guests years ago.
Oh, well, there you go. So that being one of the very simple, easy, fun, effective ways to get to the root of problems, emotional freedom technique, since emotions are it's half the equation. And so the other half of the equation that I found in healing is where there's a will. You have to want to get better. And sometimes it takes people to hit rock bottom. Oh my gosh, I'm in jail, or I'm in a psych hospital, or I've been castigated from society or divorced. And you hit that point. Okay, finally, I'm willing to take someone else's advice. And so having experienced nearly everything in life, literally, except I haven't killed anyone and I don't have any kids that I know of. So that's amazing that the spectrum of my experience I give to the client in the form of like empathy and listening and mirroring their what they're going through. So to figure out what experiences I've had that they can resonate with and embody as far as like giving them hope. So where there's a will, there's a way. And thing is, when I started the holistic health modalities as thewellnesscounselor.com 17 years ago, I was exposed to a lot of biotech, really cool ways to harness nature's frequencies in order for the body to accelerate healing. So, on a physiological basis, hence like supplements. And so I got my degrees in religion and psychology. How does man communicate with the divine? How does man communicate with each other? And then I started to understand how do cells communicate, and it's via glyconutrients. So there's a whole field called glycobiology. How one cell, they come and bzz, they talk through a complex network of structural sugars called glycoproteins that coat the surface of every cell. And they tell, hey, I'm a liver cell or I'm an immune system cell. And so they read each other. So you address these glyconutrients or nutritional deficiencies thereof first, so there's proper cellular communication. So
Well,
we've
one
got
of the things that I can verify that's been consistent with people I've had on my show is that they've gone through some of the most traumatic experiences and health challenges. And it's almost as if those of you that are in the field, that's almost your internal, let's say, training ground that gives you the empathy that you're talking about.
sure.
So I appreciate that very much. And of course, I actually had a Zoom appointment this morning dealing with exactly cell to cell. And one of the most challenging things in the medical community, as you're, I'm sure, well aware, is to actually be able to diagnose what's actually going on in the body so that some modalities of healing can be, you know, implemented and see some, real progress in what
Gotcha.
is impacting an adversity in the body.
Gotcha. So for me, as the wellness counselor, I let all those diagnoses be done by the doctors. And you can go pay tons of money and get a diagnosis. But when you come see me, you get 30 different modalities of pure treatment that are universal. They work very effectively on a cellular basis and on a in a quantum level. So, like we're talking glyconutrients, essential sugars, we're talking minerals, we're talking water, structured hydrogen water. We're talking fresh air, breathing techniques. We're talking about terahertz light waves that are emitted by your cells, but you put more into the body. We're talking about pulses of electromagnetism therapy, which is already in our body, but you just need more. It's a little bit more of every element that jump starts the body. So also positive affirmations. So you have that it's something that activates the soul that makes it all. So we're talking willpower. It's in there. The Christ light is in your soul. Let's okay. I want more of it. You get the person to want more of it. Do you really want to feel good? Do you want to have energy? Do you want to have peace of mind? Okay, good. Then you're giving your body permission to receive all these treatments that are
Mhm.
universal. So that's why you're guaranteed to feel better because you get all of them in one session.
In one session. Are
Yes,
you serious?
at least 30 modalities.
Well, usually I have a session with my guests ahead of time. We tried to schedule it. You
All
really
right.
worked hard at that, but I know that I'll be experiencing what you're talking about, and most likely you'll be on my show once again. Now, one of the things, Tim, that is a challenge when someone has a compromised body in so many various ways is finding the
Yeah.
motivation for people to be able to actually want to do what's necessary to heal. That's one of the most challenging things to me, knowing, people, because I come in contact with a lot of people also that, have health issues. And I mean, we're dealing with all of the insane conditions right now,
Yeah.
including the injuries from the vaccination. I watched a whole film on that the other day. It's heartbreaking. And those things are not really included in the protocols with the medical community to be able to check on that, as I'm sure you well know. And so one of the challenges is really being able to, uh, because the symptoms that people have with these injuries and these maladies that are not the common when you do blood work, they're not the doctors and nurse practitioners are not focusing on those diagnoses. And so uh, do you have some other, a lot of practitioners I know use muscle testing. Many of them have become medical intuitives so that
Yeah.
they are able to locate what the underlying cause of the symptoms. So, that's, talk to us about that.
Yeah. Yeah, muscle testing is great. But I just kind of read people's bodies' energy because I just gotten the intuition. But simple forward and backwards, like um, is should I go for a walk today? Do I need to go for like a trail run today? And you ask yourself, give me a yes, a forward lean for yes, or a backward lean for no. And typically the body's like, yes, my body needs exercise. So at least we can do something. So exercise is a part of their protocol. However, all of these things are generally you get yeses for. I need to drink more water. Okay, that's a simple one. So I give people plenty of water during the session. My body needs I don't know, a fresh apple from the tree today. So I got fresh fruit there. But muscle testing's good, but honestly, like the client already knows what they want. Um,
How do you
but
mean they know the client knows what they want? Because I mean I have in particular someone that I work with, and he has some very disturbing symptoms, and we have gone to many healers, many people that have electronic assessment units to discover what's going on with the body, and of course using medical community, but he does blood work. And as far as the medical community is concerned, they take a look at the blood work and they say, well, you're perfectly fine, when he's not perfectly fine at all.
yeah,
He's suffering some very severe symptoms that make his life a torture. And he's not alone.
totally. So honestly, then you have to come with that question, what does the body not want? So people have allergies to things and they can become so commonplace lifestyle decisions that you don't recognize it, like being exposed to mold. You're just constantly, oh. So to eliminate those things that are inhibiting, you could be taking all these like particular naturopathic medicines, but if you just eliminate one certain thing in your life, and those are some really core issues to address. So like um heavy metal detox, or what about eliminating EMFs from your atmosphere when you sleep, for instance? Or let's see, one of the biggest culprits, which is refined sugar. I mean, that's just so much in your diet, but like these are things to obviously kind of pinpoint which might be that holding someone back. And you honestly, no matter what you take, whatever supplement you take, even if it's McDonald's, if that's your supplement, It depends on what your mindset going into it. So obviously eliminating a negative mindset. Well, I'm not taking enough of this specific supplement, or I'm not eating enough. You're already priming your body not to receive any benefit from whatever you take. So honestly, eliminating the doubt or the you're just hesitant, you're unsure, you have a feeling of not complete acceptance of whatever you're putting into your body. So if I'm going to go for a walk and I go with a begrudging attitude, then you're not really enjoying it. You're not going to receive the benefits of cardiovascular exercise.
I completely agree with your perspective,
So
Tim. Now I
attitude.
have it, yeah, edit attitude. Gary Null is huge. He has told me many times he has had miraculous healings, and then some people, that were at death's door survived and others did not. Invariably, he talks about the consciousness of that person that did or did not make it through to be able to continue to live. Now, I'm going to address something you just spoke about. I have a very close friend. She's absolutely addicted to sugar. She's a very diligent human being when it comes to having she doesn't like to deal at all with the medical, standard community. She goes completely alternative, but when it comes to sugar, she's had to just make friends with the fact that she is a sugar addict and it's not going to change. It's her comfort food. And so, I mean, and she's not alone. There are many people who have certain addictions to food, and it can often be the very food that is not good for them. So, how do you address the food addictions that everybody has?
um Well,
And I know that's a
okay,
hard one.
you're honestly ready. So the whole premise of being the wellness counselor is optimal health, the easy way. And the only easy way you can do it is by getting a will for someone to admit that they need to do a cleanse. Okay, you have to start with a cleanse to get eliminate the negative, which is the toxicity. So as long as you could get someone to say, "Oh, you know what? I probably am overloaded with too much technology, too much saturated fat, too much processed food or sugar in my diet." Okay, so let's do a cleanse. So honestly, everything works better once you get someone to say, "Okay, I'm going to do a liver, gallbladder, stone flush." I'm going to start there because it includes reducing fat, reducing processed foods, and also fasting for a day. And at the end, you actually get a colonic. So that's where you get rid of the negative first. As long as you get someone to do a cleanse for even like 4 or 5 days, boom, then you've got the ball moving to reset the system that drives the dopamine hit of that specific sugar substance or food substance or whatever stimulus that feels good. Oh, I just checked my social media. Someone gave me a like, that's a dopamine hit. Yeah, all these things that you have to like take a cleanse from. So,
Yes, it's interesting you bring that up. My niece's husband right now is in the operation room getting his gallbladder removed, and the impact of the negative impact of his condition was affecting other organs. And I know that what you're talking about is something that really health conscious people do a cleanse frequently, and it's part of their routine. But even healthy people don't always do what's necessary. So, do you guide people through those processes in your counseling? So, in
yeah,
other words, what I'd like to also do is this, Tim, because many times people don't have time to listen to the full hour of our
yeah,
podcast. And how would people reach you? And what would be the process with connecting with you if they did so? Because I know
absolutely.
the online processes with everything these days. So many of my practitioners that I've had on my show, they do it by Zoom. They're able to connect with the worldwide community for the benefits that you might offer. Go
Yeah,
ahead
for
and let us know.
best way is to send me a text.
A
Honestly,
text.
yeah, my phone number, or just go to thewellnesscounselor.com. So that's the easiest, and that has my phone number on it. Send me a text. My phone number is 785-331-9193. And then you just get the ball rolling because I'm more of a one-on-one person. That's just my modus operandi. I don't do like group counseling. I mean, I can, but that's just how I operate. And so I talk people through it. And honestly, if you can get someone to like get excited to actually get a session, so basically just the schedule a session for me. And I'm in Sedona and I'm mobile now, that I'm in transition out of my office. So I can come to you. I go to expos, I go to parties, I go to private homes. But just text me and I can guide you over the phone. But
Well,
um,
you'd better let them know about your Facebook page because I was
yeah,
going to actually introduce you as one of the Sedona ambassadors for the wellness community because you are always so involved with the various modalities. I mean, you are so well informed and you let other people know about things that can be beneficial to them. I see all of your photographs. You're out on the land. And that's part of the healing modalities here in Sedona. So many people have reported healings by being at Cathedral Rock or one of
yeah,
the vortexes, so many vortexes here. And the vortexes are verifiable, they've
totally,
been measured, you
totally. It's
know.
about getting out on the land. So like honestly, my protocol is when you come to Sedona, you've been in an airplane, you've been driving from Phoenix for 2 hours in a toxic car. Boom, you get here, and the energy's so profound and powerful, and the beauties takes your breath away, but you have to ground. So there's one way to get grounded, and that's through pulsed electromagnetic fields, harnessed through by putting your feet on this machine that I have that automatically regulates your whole circadian rhythm, gets all your organs back into sync. It's secure for jet lag, but it's grounding. If you can't just like get barefoot on the land, then just put your feet on this machine for 10, 20 minutes and boom, you're raising the vibration of your whole energetic field. You're getting the water, you're getting the minerals, you're getting the sound vibration, you're putting your body into parasympathetic relaxation mode. So then after you get an hour, 2 hour session, boom, then you go out onto the land to where you're elevated to a higher frequency. You've been away from, your phone, any other extraneous distractions. Boom, you're focused with Tim in the session, you're breathing. Okay, boom. Now let's go hit the trail. So then you're up here and then you're more receptive to the vortex energy and the beauty becomes more vivid. And so I really
Mm,
think that getting grounded when you step into a holy land, um, you
that
have to
is such a nice
almost
way of
like
putting it.
clear
It
all
is
these
Holy Land here.
distractions, all these other fields in your mind of like, what are you going to eat? Where am I going to stay? Who am I going to meet up with? All these things instead of what your deeper soul really wants to do is connect with God's source energy through the land. Boom. You need a prime up, a wellness tune up. So
Yes.
come visit me,
Mm.
thewellnesscounselor.com, and I can help you out, get ready. And then the last portion of like a real session would be to go up to the Amitabha Buddha Stupa or to go down to the creek or just go for a leisurely hike on the land in admiration. And yeah, turn your phone on airplane mode,
Well,
grounded
what's
mode.
what's coming very much into the conversation and validation and verification is frequency medicine is now becoming prevalent, and
Absolutely.
that frequency medicine has always been available to us, certainly here in Sedona. The frequencies and the vortexes and the frequencies, I mean, one of the difficulties has been that, Sedona has become very commercialized now, and that's been a disturbing thing to a lot of visitors. But, you know, um, people come and they need to know where it's possible for them to come and connect with, the things that they really came here for.
Yeah.
Because you can go to a lot of different places for a vacation and have a lot of fun on the water or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah.
to me, and I've been here almost 30 years now, and I came here, I was hired by one of the very profound healing couple, which was Dr. Gale and Patrick Flanagan. I don't
Oh
know if you're
yeah.
familiar with it. That's
Yeah,
how I came to be
I
here.
know
Yeah,
Patrick really well. I was just thinking about his mega hydrate. So what do you
that's
do
right.
when you come to Sedona? A lot of people start when they're coming from Flagstaff, they stop and go to the creek where you get fresh spring water up the canyon. So I put canyon water in this machine that creates molecular hydrogen, and it's structured as if it's coming out of the ground like spring water. Boom. First thing you do is you have to hydrate with minerals when you come into this land. Um,
Yes.
so like, and then you could meet people at the spring, or you go to Chocolate Tree, like an organic vegetarian eatery where they give you free artesian well water that you can fill up your jugs with. And from there, people meet at the water source. Then you'll meet up with someone that'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go hike Cathedral Rock or go up to the stupa or there's this drum circle or ecstatic dance up at Posse Grounds Park amphitheater." And then the adventure ensues. So you kind of go to the source, the water, or the Sedona Waterworks store, or people go to the grocery store, and that's where with an open attitude, see, and whoever resonates with you will come across your path, and then the choose your own adventure begins. So that's how it starts for so many people in Sedona. And for some reason, their path usually crosses my path, and I end up being their networker and telling them all the cool things that's going to happen the next few days.
Yes, you're a health ambassador. That's what I'm going to call you.
That's what
So,
I've been doing for 14 years, and it's a lot of fun.
oh, well, and the synchronicity that happens in Sedona, of course,
Yes.
it happens in my shop on a daily basis. Um, More often than not, I have at least one incredible connection that comes in, and I cherish. I have some of my best friends I now have who came to my shop, and there is synchronicity that is so profound in this whole area. It's quite an interesting aspect of what happens here in Sedona. If you kind of focus on that, or if you are
Yeah.
allowing and opening yourself to it. And of course, the Jeep rides and things like that to places are always fun. But connecting to the healing community, I mean, there's the profound artists that are also here, but the healing arts is where I would say, the most profound effect on people occur is in that modality of possibilities that you are one of the many who are here who can bring that experience to the people who come to visit. Yeah.
Totally. Totally. Honestly,
Mm.
it has to be an open attitude to let the synchronicities come in. And that's what happened to me when I moved here. I would experience 7 divine synchronicities every day. Now, since I've, you know, amped up my game and doing every modality that I promote, I do myself. Now I get 77 divine synchronicities because I'm open. You start the day with an open attitude. Okay, God, um, here I am. I'm ready to be your servant. How can I be of best service to you? Show me the people, put them on my path, and with a willingness to strike up conversation or make eye contact. And who knows? You never know the adventure you're going to have. So, again, you come to a healing place with an open attitude and a willingness to learn and follow wherever the spirit leads. So
Mm. Now,
you can't be
Tim,
stuck
tell
in
me
one.
again, what is your Facebook page? Because that I think is something really important for people to connect with.
Facebook is cool because just remember my name, Tim Lang, Lang. Tim Lang, and or thewellnesscounselor.com. Just text me, but Tim Lang on Facebook. And I know half of the entire community. It's great. And healers from the world. And I'm going to a festival. I'm actually going to go and see all these other healers. And I go to health expos like last weekend. And so I'm really well connected. And that's what I love because I found my tribe, but my tribe actually encompasses quite a few different tribes. So,
Yes.
yeah. Let's see what's going on. Tuesday, there's ecstatic dance out at Yavapai Vista Rock near Bell Rock. So you can go to 5 o'clock and go just hike up there and shake and meet some people. That's,
Wow.
you know, so
That's
yeah, just send me a message and or just go to the grocery store or go to chocolate or the water store. Uh,
and there you will be.
so
Well,
uh,
it's very fun to um, have those experiences where the synchronicity puts us in just the right place.
Absolutely, but
And
a lot of people are closed to that because they're depending on AI or to give them something that resonates with them, or who has the best Google reviews or Yelp reviews or whatever.
oh,
But
yeah.
honestly, the best experiences typically are when you're just going in the flow without any expectations, without any reservations. Um, I
Well,
know.
many people speak about the flow. I call it walking in the state of grace
Okay, good.
when, because what that is for me is, I give this as a silly example, but, maybe I need a rubber band and I don't have to go hunting for it in my drawer. I just turn left and there it is on the ground waiting for me to pick it up. And
Exactly.
when those kinds of things occur, for me, I just feel like the whole universe supplies whatever I need in the moment. And that's a very powerful way to live your life.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I've had some very profound spiritual experiences in my lifetime, and I've done a lot. It was some unusual situations where I have had transmissions, 6-hour transmissions with they taught me ways to um, heal, which I didn't always pay attention to or engage in. But, I've had these profound experiences that really never leave you the same.
Amen.
And I think these are the things that, people can access under the right experiences. And perhaps you invite those experiences when you spend time with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the most profound thing that I've really uncovered is first thing when you wake up. Okay, that's your key moment where you're pivoting from your deep subconscious dream state to waking into this back into this 3D hologram. And but you're actually saying, okay, God, I'm in gratitude for waking up. What awesome things are you going to provide for me to experience today? And it's that attitude, okay, an attitude of grace and letting God's Holy Spirit flow through you. That's the first thing to do to prime your body to receive awesomeness. Um, and
That's so wonderful.
it just happens.
And I mean, if everybody out in my audience takes even one powerful thing away from today's podcast, I
Seriously.
would say that's it.
Yeah. Do not look at your phone the first 15 minutes of you waking up. Seriously, don't do it. Or when before you go to bed. These are critical moments to where you can access your higher self. Where honestly, your Christ spirit is where it's rejuvenating, giving you more fire and passion to go out the next day. So you're rejuvenating your body through sleep, but you can't be rejuvenating when all you care about is your emails or social likes or whatever, or what's going on in that person's drama. No, take responsibility, pause, contemplate, and grace, those moments of grace, gratitude. So often I sit with my partner and say, hey, what are top three things that you're grateful for that happened today? You know, a lot of it is just being present with you. Like I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that I ran into David Smith the other day and he gave me a glass of water when I was really thirsty. It's little simple things. So that attitude of gratitude goes through into your dream state, and then you're gonna not gonna have nightmares because they're actually gonna be vivid, like full colored, like fun moments rather than a parasite or a negative entity trying to come and steal your power through your dream state. No, because your attitude, your aura going to sleep is going to be of gratitude and wholeness and complete for that day. And when that is complete, you're not giving permission for other fragmented souls to like come in and like sabotage your energy field. So that's the most important thing, because that's when you're trying to reclaim your energy, is in the dream state and your vision for your purpose in life. And if you're fragmented with all these other control dramas, um, on your phone or on the news, any of that, um, then you're opening a portal into yourself to where it's just confusing you even more, and you wake up and you're anxious and you don't have any purpose or specific direction in life uh, for that morning. So again, encompassing your night with prayers of gratitude and thankfulness, and like, wow, okay, I'm breathing. No matter what happened today, good, bad, or ugly or beautiful, you're still grateful for every lesson. And that just carries on through the night and into the next day. Honestly, attitude of gratitude. And
Mhm.
that is why you actually absorb your food and your water that you pray over. So, wellness tip 101, gratitude, whatever you're taking in. Like if I'm going to smell the roses, wow, I'm actually enjoying the process of smelling the roses or drinking the water. Maybe it's even a Coca-Cola, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm just like, that attitude helps me absorb whatever goodness is in that food or water or substance that will resonate with my body. My body will take in what resonates with my attitude and eliminate whatever doesn't resonate. But it's through your attitude. So that's why you could pray over a McDonald's meal and still get benefit, a lot more benefit than if you're just driving along shoving a hamburger in your mouth. So
Mm. Well, Tim, you certainly exemplify so much of what you counsel people with. And that's evident on your Facebook page. And I know people are going to really enjoy following you
oh,
on your Facebook page. And now you can, I mean, I definitely know that what you're saying when people are flying to Sedona and what they go through just to be on an airplane. So many of my friends who fly, I'm afraid to fly right now because the airplanes are just so full of germs. They fly and everybody comes back sick. And
well,
who wants to be sick?
I got
And
a solution for that.
huh?
Um, I got a solution for that.
All right, lay it on me.
It's actually really easy, but you take a big teaspoon of colostrum uh, with 97 immune growth factors in this whole food powder or lozenge that colostrum from cows. You take it, tastes like candy, boom, you're enhancing all the immune responses in your mouth First line of defense is your mouth, or then you put a little essential oils in your nose. Boom, right when you walk in.
Before you get on the plane, is that what you're talking
No,
about?
it's actually before you even walk in the airport, uh,
Ah,
or in
yes.
or into the car going to the airport. Um, but and then right when you're taking that, you say, "I'm in a attitude of gratitude for this amazing immune boosting supplement, colostrum for me. I'm taking that because my immune system is strong and amazing." You tell yourself, you keep on repeating that, then you can go into a hospital of sick COVID people and have nothing to fear. That's what I do. Just no fear. So no matter what, I mean, I was just stuck in an airport for 24 straight hours in Atlanta, and that sucked. But I just had to change my attitude because what do I have control over? Really, I have control
Your
over my body.
thoughts, if that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a daily challenge to implement your suggestions. Now I did.
But
Oh,
you got to do it the easy way. Take some colostrum. Take these lozenges, colostrum. I sell the best of them, and then
you
just say
sell powder, colostrum powder?
powder, lozenges. Taste like pineapple. You just suck on them and just boost your immune system in your mouth. Take a quick sniff of some peppermint oil or oregano or whatever in your nose.
Yeah,
Pull your up.
my
Boom. You got your lines of defense. Wash your hands.
mm,
Cool. But then it's
yes.
attitude when you do these things, attitude of gratitude. How many people
Well,
say thank you when they put on a mask? You know, is that
yeah.
virus really going to be blocked by some cotton fabric? No.
Oh, that was the biggest joke. I mean, before anyway, even the I forget what website when this first came out about, making sure you're wearing a mask, and it states right there that the mask doesn't do anything except cause you to have breathing problems. But my former partner, Adrian Michael Weber, was the general manager of the first company in Sedona that brought colostrum into the mainstream many years ago. And then we had a
Sovereign
liquid
Labs.
product. What is it?
It's that was called Sovereign Labs, and yeah, it was good, but they took out some of the fat. See, the colostrum I sell is the only certified 6 hour colostrum. It's basically the calf gets 2 quarts, and then there's some left over within 6 hours after giving birth. And so we take the stuff that's left over, barely heat it up, put it into a powder, full food, full fat, nothing's done to it. It's a raw food, boom. And
Mm,
it's that much more concentrated and potent for these immune growth factors and antibodies from many different grass-fed cows that are roaming around, exposed to all this different stuff, all these avian
mhm.
flus, all these chicken pox, and well, you name it. And then
Yep,
they pass the antibodies to you and the immune growth factors, and boom, it's in you, and then it's in your
yep.
gut. This
And
is
the
where it
peptides.
starts.
The peptides. What we actually did, we created our own company, and what we had was a very powerful process with colostrum. That was a very proprietary system that we had that process implemented, and it was a liquid that was called Receptol, and that we had clinical trials in India proving that it cured HIV. The originator of uh, of the formula went to Africa and healed people on death's row there with HIV. And of course, it worked not only on HIV, it worked on any virus. However, our formula was stolen by one of our partners, a doctor in India. And so, you know, we don't even have it available to sell here. It's now in India. And he claimed to have been the formulator, which was a lie. But, oh, so many times have I faced the,
Yeah, I hear you.
unfortunate
I hear you.
condition.
That's why it's important to get stuff that's patented, but you can't patent a cow. unfortunately, and there's plenty of holy cows out there that are giving birth to calves. So,
Yeah, and as soon as you patent something, then that also becomes a way for people to steal the formula.
exactly.
So it's not, the supplement game, and years ago, um you had the opportunity to sell to individual stores. And now, if you've got any chance at all to be in the marketplace, you need millions of dollars. And that happens through
Yeah.
all of the big distributors. And then by the time everybody, the distributors and the shops and the stores and you know the manufacturer, like we were, gets the smallest percentage of that profit margin, and it becomes just something that's no longer viable for a small manufacturer.
Yeah, that's difficult. It's
It's
difficult.
very
You have
difficult.
to raise their prices. That's why it's since 6 hour colostrum has a lot less quantity than transitional milk. So after 6 hours of giving birth to 18 hours, there's a lot more volume. And so therefore you can charge a lot less, but it's not nearly as potent. That's why Anovate, Dr. Anthony Kleinsmith's colostrum is the only certified 6 hour colostrum by Cornell University. It's because it's that much more potent and that much more resembling the liquid gold that this dense super food is, coming from the holy cow as the foundation of all medicine of all mammals. Is the first thing that you get from your mother, the first thing you eat. Ayurvedic,
Makes total sense.
it
Yeah. And
makes
of course,
total
in
sense.
India, the cows are sacred.
Absolutely.
And
And I've been
yeah,
to India all the time, and
I lived there for 6 months.
there was a cow on our premises that they got fresh raw milk from, and they make their yogurt and ghee, and that fed the whole, that immediate community. And so, but it was fresh. Um, But throughout all the cultures around the world, when the mother cow gave birth to a calf, the calf gets 2 quarts, and then they take shots of this super immune boosting supplement and they give it to their neighbors and their priest. And even hardcore vegans would take it because it's that powerful, because it has 700 nutritional components in one food. So when
Hmm.
you're talking about
Yeah.
physiological food like manna from heaven, that is where you start, because that's where you started from your mother, honestly. And so uh that's where I start with people, is like, and you could like almost live off of pure colostrum because it's a balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. And ours is full fatted and it tastes so good. I just ate a competitor's Omri or whatever today, this morning, in my friend's house. And I'm like, that does not taste like full fatted colostrum. It just didn't taste even close to as good or as fresh as the powder that I sell from Anovate, a new you. So it's the Dr. Anthony Kleinsmith out of Salt Lake. He's the world-renowned expert. I talked to him, and I just feel integrity when it's like you get your product from a farmer, and he grew up on a dairy farm, and so he knows what cow's colostrum is. Um,
Yes.
exactly, and so that's why I always tell people to go to the farmer's market, buy your produce from someone that's actually picking it, putting the seed in their mouth, putting their saliva in there and planting it in the ground and watering it and giving it sunlight and picking it and bringing it to the market. And those are the people that they have imprinted their love and their gratitude into the produce,
Oh,
because
yes.
it's individually
Because,
picked
yeah,
and it's
no,
not
the
mass produced.
frequency, at the Ramtha School of Enlightenment, which I cherish that time that I spent there, uh, he definitely keyed me into the recognition. I think a lot of times we know intuitively about something, but when someone presents it to you in such a way that it validates or clarifies something for you, our energy field is our signature, and each one of us has an individuality of that signature. And our when you mention your love that goes put into any product, and we with our product line that we had with our supplement company, a lot of our products were liquid, and we infused frequencies from a frequency unit into them, and that signature creates its own uniqueness as
Yeah.
far as the effectiveness of those products.
Yeah.
And I always
Like
refer to it
20
because,
years.
yeah, I'm Italian, and so our whole family, it's all about food. I'm working on a cookbook from
Yeah.
that my brother put together, and I often will say, Grandma made a very simple salad with vinegar and oil and salt and pepper, and and we'd always say, Grandma, show us the recipe, and then we'd go home and we would make exactly what she said, but it never tasted the same. And I figured out,
You made
ah,
it
it was
love.
it was grandma's love that went into that salad that made it
Absolutely.
taste that way.
Absolutely. The same
Yeah.
with my grandmother's cookies, man. Oh my gosh, these peanut butter.
Yeah. I mean, you can make exactly what she said, but no, it really isn't the same. Now, there's one topic we have not hit on that I think is very present now in a lot of the modalities and people that I connect with here, also locally. And that's the whole um, situation with parasites and how that not
Parasites.
only steals our health, but the parasites themselves have consciousness, and they demand sugar, they demand carbohydrates,
Yeah.
and they want to be fed what they want, and they're stubborn about it. So I don't know, Tim. I think we probably are going to have to set up another
Well, here
podcast.
you go. I'll just give you the quick version.
All
But
right.
honestly, I say you start with a cleanse, liver, gallbladder, stone flush. And a lot of parasites hang out in those stones that are in the ducts in your liver. And
And then the cancer tumors.
and in the tumors and in stagnant energy. So, first things first um is to do an elimination, like a colonic. Colon hydrotherapy is like the first things first, or an enema, and then do the liver gallbladder stone flush. And I would just do it the easy way and take a product called Parapurge, which combines ivermectin and fenbendazole because it works, and you're killing the parasites. But that is literally the most important thing, because they're just stealing all of your energy, and and their consciousness is manipulating your consciousness, including your lust for food and your craving of sweets. So here's the quickest biohack is the fast. Okay. So you fast, but most importantly, you're fasting from refined sugar. Okay. Processed food, which has refined sugar. So if you can do a 2.5, 3 day fast, and then you take some of these ivermectin, fenbendazole, okay, black walnut oil, clove, some of those oils, and then you take it right at the end of your fast and you mask it in, let's say, like a gummy bear that's full of sugar. Okay, all those parasites have been wanting sugar for the past few days. Then they're going to see this sugar in like a gummy bear or a watermelon slice or something, and it's like a Trojan horse. And then they get hit with these drugs and a big dose of them, and boom, you kill a big chunk of them right quick. So it's like a Trojan horse, depriving sugar for a few days, then giving you sugar with a big dose of drugs with it. So the drugs won't have much of a side effect, but I would also give them a big dose of hydrogen peroxide therapy, or chlorine dioxide, oxygen therapy. So that's how you really hit them hard. And then you take a binder like um, chlorella, bentonite clay, or activated charcoal. Those binders that are going to start helping eradicate the dead parts of these worms and tapeworms and all other parasites. They come in all different forms, shapes, and sizes.
Mhm.
And
That's
also
for sure.
um
A friend of mine just passed a 16-foot tapeworm, but
16.
she was on ivermectin and fenbendazole for a year and a half
Oh
to
wow.
get rid of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, Tim, we only have a few more minutes on this
Okay.
podcast. I knew it was going to be a great one. You're a wonderful guest, and I do hope so. This was your first podcast, and I don't think it'll be your last. And I
Yeah.
think it would be lovely if you would come back on once more. Tell them how to reach you.
Yeah, Tim Lang on Facebook or thewellnesscounselor.com. And my phone number is 785-331-9193. The Wellness Counselor has my phone number on it. And you can go to buy any of the products that are the three best companies I find out there. But you go to the foundation, you buy the colostrum, you buy the hydrogen molecular structured bottle, water, colostrum, PEMF technology. That's where it's at. You're regulating everything. Everything comes in the sync. Communication. Um, so
You're kind of the one-stop shop with all kinds of
I am
things
the
that you know
one-stop
work.
shop, but I try to make it easy. I
Yeah.
mean, you want to activate all the cells in your body. How hard is it to put your feet on a machine the size of a scale and sit there for 20 minutes and give your body permission to feel it? Okay, good. Now all of a sudden my blood's flowing. And then everything works better. It's like getting down to the basics. So
Yes.
thewellnesscounselor.com or just text me 785-331-9193.
Well,
Or
how was your experience for your first podcast,
oh
Tim?
man, this is a piece of cake. It's just me being me, authentic. So once you do all these protocols that I'm doing, the cleanse, and then the yoga, and going hiking and being in nature, and turning off your phone, and most importantly, doing the prayers of inviting God's source energy into your life. It's just like,
Yes.
well, I'm just myself. I'm just
Okay.
my authentic self, and so it just flows like anything. And I don't need my ego doesn't need to get in the way. I've already dealt with that for 45 years. So, yeah, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to it again. And I look forward to giving you a session in Sedona.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm looking forward to that myself. And then our next podcast, I can report the benefits and the experience of your work. And that's all. I really did want to be able to do that, but
Cool.
here we are. We'll get to it. Tim, thank you so much for being on Wise Women. And we're coming to a close of this hour. And I appreciate PRN and my wonderful engineers in New York City who support me so beautifully always. And many thanks to Gary Null, who makes this podcast possible because he created this for me a couple of years ago for me to host. And it's my great pleasure to bring this pertinent information to the world. And so, with that, I wish everyone a very wonderful week ahead. And this is Kathleen Francis signing off for now. Bye bye.
Jay Ma, wise women, Jay Ma. And so it is.
And so it is.